Funny how the media covers white riots versus black protests.
Breaking news.
Seems like when the protesters are black, the media uses some pretty harsh words.
The bad guys.
Lawlessness, looting,
wild animals,
criminals, and thugs.
Thugs. Isn't it the right word?
However, if you're white and you're tearing up the city because of a game, you're just young people.
Young people danced on a flipped-over car.
As UK fans did stupid things.
Some maybe got a little out of control.
Seeing a scene like this just shows how passionate the UK fans are.
It's so tough to lose, and unfortunately the ugly side that we sometimes see in sports.
And notice how the police always show up to a black protest in military-grade equipment, and yet the media claims they're just doing nothing.
It's inexplicable why the police are doing nothing.
Let's mobilize the National Guard.
If I'm a rioter and I see the police doing nothing, I might feel like I have a license.
You would.
But at white riots, the cops actually are standing around doing nothing.
Another group of cops over there just standing there.
No one was really doing anything.
These guys look like they could be watching a parade. And why is it that the leadership of the black community is always called into question?
Where is the leadership?
Leadership.
The black leadership.
The absence of leadership.
And it goes back to leadership, but that leadership has to come from the community.
But no one ever questions the leadership of white parents who let their kids burn down and vandalize their college campus.
These are just young college students who think they're playing some kind of a game with police officers.
To see what teens think about the portrayal of teen violence and race, our research team here at Putnam went to work.
Many students believe that the media attacks the race when it comes to violence, but there is also a handful of students that don't believe that. A lot of students also believe that the media is labeling their race with stereotypes. In addition to speaking with students and others, our team also conducted a survey on this issue of violence, race, and media coverage. We asked some of our youth what they think about how the media treats the different races when discussing any type of violence, and some of them had great responses.
Compared to white youth, crashing their college parties, things like that, and they call them, oh, they're just kids and acting crazy or a little out of hand, that's the kind of vocabulary that they use compared to us, We're considered to be thugs and criminals and, general stereotypes when it comes to black youth and black people in all aspects, so it's a big difference.
It's not okay. It's messed up sometimes. Most of the time.
People told us the media is biased against minorities when it comes to coverage of crime and violence, but in other aspects of everyday life. Based on how the media portrays different races, it impacts how society sees them.
Black youth are considered thugs, gangsters, criminals, nothing productive.
Besides black youth, Latino youth get targeted too by negative media portrayal.
They seem ghetto. And they're always fighting and they're doing something crazy, so everybody just thinks they're crazy.
This affects the way black and Latina youth are treated in society.
If I'm with white people, yes. They
Why?
talk down to us because we're not white and not classy.
While it's possible, black and Latina youth don't believe what is said about them in the media, and it's still something that they have to deal with in their lives.
I've never felt threatened by anybody of a different race or anybody of a different, that comes from a different perspective of life. Nothing ever threatens me. It's a little challenging at times because a lot of people like to generalize that you're not as smart as them.
In addition to being targeted by the media, youth are also experiencing discrimination in real life.
The black kids are the cool kids. The Puerto Ricans are the gualas. And they get talked down to.
Black and Latino youth have also had some personal experiences and observations of how the different races are portrayed by the media.
I haven't had any personal experiences, but observations that I do have on the media is like, black people do get called out, like they are wild and crazy, and people think that we're all crazy. All black people are crazy.
On websites and stuff such as World Star Hip Hop, a lot of black people get targeted.
I think so. These people were looking at me like, what is he doing here? And I could have sworn that I heard some lady speaking about me in a way. So I looked at her and I was like, hi.
These are examples of how students of color have been viewed in a bad way, and because of this, some students are seeking a way to fight against these stereotypes.
I will stop making social media that makes people look bad. Fighting, inappropriate stuff.
Based off of the data we have collected, we have come to the conclusion that race does play a role in how the media portrays our youth. These examples have shed light on current issues that need to be acknowledged in order to ensure portraying all youth people regarding race in the same way.